The chessboard is a world unto itself, a battlefield where strategy meets creativity, logic meets intuition, and every move matters. It's a game of kings and queens, knights and bishops, rooks and pawns. Yet, among all the pieces that populate this world, none is as overlooked, underestimated, or essential as the humble pawn. At first glance, the pawn is unimpressive. It's the smallest piece on the board, and its movements are limited. It doesn't have the queen's sweeping power, the knight's quirky unpredictability, or the bishop's diagonal dominance. To many, it seems like little more than cannon fodder, a piece to be sacrificed without hesitation. But to dismiss the pawn is to misunderstand its true nature. The pawn is the soul of chess, the embodiment of resilience, potential, and transformation. Understanding the pawn is understanding the deeper lessons that chess and life can teach us. To begin, let's consider the role of the pawn in the game of chess. Each side starts with 8 pawns, forming a protective wall in front of the more powerful pieces. They are the foot soldiers, the first to engage in battle. Their movement is simple, 1 square forward, with the option to move 2 squares on their first turn. They capture diagonally, a small deviation from their otherwise straightforward path, and they have one unique ability that sets them apart. If a pawn reaches the opposite side of the board, it can be promoted to any piece, most often a queen. This ability to transform, to grow beyond its humble beginnings, is what makes the pawn so special. The pawn's story begins at the start of every game. Lined up in neat rows, they are the first pieces to move, stepping forward to create space for the more powerful pieces behind them. In many ways, they are the pioneers of the chessboard, clearing the way for the strategy to unfold. Yet, as the game progresses, their role often shifts. Some are sacrificed to protect other pieces or to gain a positional advantage. Others bide their time, waiting for the right moment to advance. And a few, the lucky, the strategic, the brave, make it to the other side, where they undergo a transformation that can change the course of the game. This journey of the pawn is a metaphor for life itself. We all start somewhere. For most of us, it's at the beginning, with limited resources, limited options, and a long road ahead. Like the pawn, our progress is often slow, 1 step at a time. We encounter obstacles, other pieces blocking our path, opponents trying to capture us, unexpected challenges that force us to change our plans. And yet, with persistence and determination, we keep moving forward. We adapt, we strategize, and we find ways to overcome the obstacles in our path. One of the most profound lessons the pawn teaches us is the value of patience. In a world that often glorifies speed and instant gratification, the pawn reminds us that meaningful progress takes time. Each move matters. Each step forward, no matter how small, brings us closer to our goal. The pawn's journey is not about flashy moves or dramatic gestures. It's about steady, deliberate progress, the kind of progress that, over time, transforms potential into reality. But the pawn's journey is not just about patience, it's also about adaptability. When a pawn encounters an obstacle, a piece blocking its path, it can't simply push through. Instead, it captures diagonally, a clever sidestep that allows it to keep moving forward. This is a powerful metaphor for the challenges we face in life. When the road ahead is blocked, we must find another way. We must think creatively, adapt to new circumstances, and find solutions that allow us to keep moving toward our goals. The pawn's journey also teaches us about the importance of sacrifice. In chess, pawns are often sacrificed to protect more valuable pieces, or to gain a strategic advantage. At first glance, this might seem like a loss, but in the context of the game, these sacrifices are often necessary for success. Similarly, in life, we must sometimes let go of certain things, comfort, security, even opportunities, to achieve something greater. These sacrifices can be difficult, but they are often the foundation of growth and achievement. Perhaps the most inspiring aspect of the pawn's journey is its potential for transformation. The pawn's ability to promote is a reminder that where we start does not determine where we can go. It's not about the limits we begin with, it's about the possibilities we create for ourselves. A pawn that reaches the other side of the board can become a queen, the most powerful piece in the game. This transformation is not handed to the pawn. It is earned through persistence, strategy, and courage. It's a reminder that with determination and effort, we too can rise above our circumstances and achieve greatness. The pawn's story is not just a metaphor for individual growth, it's also a lesson in teamwork. Pawns are strongest when they work together, forming a chain of support that protects them from capture. A lone pawn, isolated on the board, is vulnerable, but a group of pawns, working in harmony, can create a powerful force that shapes the course of the game. This mirrors the importance of community and collaboration in our own lives. None of us can achieve our greatest potential alone. We need the support of others, friends, family, mentors, and colleagues to help us navigate the challenges we face and reach our goals. To truly appreciate the pawn's significance, it's helpful to look at its role in some of the greatest chess games in history. Time and again, pawns have played decisive roles in securing victory. In the famous Immortal game, played by Adolf Anderssen in 1851, a series of brilliant sacrifices, including pawns, paved the way for a stunning checkmate. In another iconic game, Anatoly Karpov used a seemingly insignificant pawn to create a powerful passed pawn that ultimately decided the outcome. These examples highlight pawns' strategic importance and ability to turn the tide of a game. Beyond the chessboard, the pawn's story resonates in countless ways. It reminds us of the power of resilience, the importance of persistence, and the potential for transformation that lies within us all. It's a story of hope, of determination, and of the belief that even the smallest steps can lead to greatness. So the next time you see a pawn on a chessboard, take a moment to appreciate its story. It's not just a piece in a game, it's a symbol of the human spirit. Like the pawn, we all can overcome obstacles, to adapt to challenges, and to transform ourselves into something greater. We just have to keep moving forward, one step at a time. The pawn's journey, while seemingly straightforward, is filled with moments of tension and drama. Imagine, for a moment, being that small piece at the very edge of the chessboard. You're one of 8, identical to the others, with no power to move backward and only a slim path forward. You are surrounded by larger, stronger pieces, the imposing rooks that control entire files and ranks, the knights that leap effortlessly over barriers, the bishops that glide across diagonals, and the queen, whose presence dominates the board. How insignificant you must feel. But despite this, you know that your role is critical. You may start small, but your actions, no matter how modest, can shape the outcome of the game. Let's step into the world of the chessboard as if it were alive. Picture a pawn embarking on its journey, imbued with a personality, thoughts, and dreams. This pawn, let's call it Piero, after the Italian origins of the word pedone, meaning foot soldier, starts the game in a defensive position, flanked by allies, unsure of its purpose. As the game unfolds, Piero watches as knights leap ahead and bishops slice through the board with precision. It seems as though every other piece is destined for greatness, while Piero is simply a stepping stone, a shield to protect the more valuable pieces. But then, an opportunity arises. A gap opens in the opponent's defense, and Piero is called forward. With trepidation, it advances, stepping into the unknown. Suddenly, the pawn is no longer a mere protector. It's on a mission. The game becomes a maze of threats and possibilities. Piero narrowly avoids capture, learns to sidestep danger, and begins to understand that its role, while small, is vital. This fictionalized journey mirrors the struggles many of us face in life. There are moments when we feel overshadowed, when the accomplishments of others make us question our significance. But like the pawn, we must recognize that every step forward has meaning. Every action, no matter how small, contributes to the larger picture. The pawn's journey teaches us that even when progress feels slow or insignificant, it is progress nonetheless. As Piero pushes forward, it begins to notice a pattern. The strength of the pawns lies not in their actions, but in their unity. Together, they form a chain of protection, each pawn supporting the next. This concept of interconnectedness is another profound lesson from the chessboard. In life, we are strongest when we work together. Whether it's in friendships, families, or communities, our collective strength often far exceeds the sum of our efforts. But unity alone is not enough. Strategy plays a critical role in the pawn's journey. To succeed, a pawn must be guided by a plan, a vision of the endgame. Without strategy, the pawn is simply wandering, its movements aimless, and its potential unrealized. This mirrors the importance of having a vision in life. Whether it's a personal goal, a career aspiration, or a dream you're pursuing, having a clear sense of direction can transform even the smallest steps into meaningful progress. One of the most fascinating aspects of the pawn is its relationship with sacrifice. Piero, like many pawns, may face moments where its very existence is called into question. A sacrifice might be necessary to protect the queen or to open up a strategic advantage. This is not a moment of despair, rather, it is a moment of purpose. Sacrifice in chess and life is not about loss. It's about prioritizing what matters most. It's about letting go of something valuable to achieve something even greater. As the game progresses, Piero finally reaches the opponent's back rank. This is the moment of transformation. The humble pawn, which began as the smallest piece on the board, now has the power to become anything it desires. Most often, a pawn is promoted to a queen, the most powerful piece. But this transformation is not automatic, it is earned. The pawn has endured countless challenges, faced impossible odds, and persevered through it all. Its promotion is a testament to its resilience, a reminder that greatness is not about where you start, but how far you're willing to go. This moment of transformation is deeply symbolic. In life, we all have the potential to achieve our form of promotion, rise above our circumstances, and become something greater. But like the pawn, this potential is not handed to us. It is earned through effort, determination, and an unwavering belief in our capabilities. Let's step away from the narrative for a moment and consider some real-life parallels. Think of individuals who started with nothing but worked tirelessly to achieve their dreams. Stories of self-made entrepreneurs, groundbreaking scientists, and inspiring artists often share a common theme. They began as pawns. Their success wasn't immediate, and their journey wasn't without obstacles. But through persistence and adaptability, they transformed themselves and their circumstances. Consider someone like J.K. Rowling, who wrote the first Harry Potter book as a struggling single mother. Or Nelson Mandela, who spent 27 years in prison before emerging as a global symbol of resilience and leadership. These individuals embody the spirit of the pawn, starting small, facing enormous challenges, and ultimately achieving greatness through perseverance and vision. The pawn's story also has profound philosophical implications. Its inability to move backward reflects the forward momentum of life itself. We cannot undo our past mistakes or relive our previous successes. The only option is to move forward, to learn from the past without being trapped by it. This forward motion, however slow, is what defines progress. The pawn's promotion, too, carries a deeper meaning. It is not just about achieving power, it is about realizing potential. In life, our promotion might take many forms. It could be personal growth, professional success, or the fulfillment of a dream. Whatever form it takes, the journey is what makes the transformation meaningful. The pawn's promotion is often the climax of its journey, but its significance doesn't lie solely in the transformation itself. It lies in what it took to get there. Think of the obstacles a pawn faces along the way. Enemy pieces, strategic sacrifices, and the ever-present risk of being captured. Each step forward is fraught with danger. This mirrors the challenges we face in our own lives. Every meaningful accomplishment requires us to navigate uncertainty, take risks, and remain steadfast in the face of adversity. But the pawn's journey is also about more than personal success. It's about its role in the greater whole. The pawn's progress is rarely just for its benefit. Its advancement creates opportunities for other pieces, disrupts the opponent's plans, and contributes to the overall strategy. This teaches us an important lesson. While personal growth is vital, our actions also impact the people around us. In life, as in chess, individual success often contributes to collective progress. Let's pause to consider some historical chess games where pawns played a pivotal role. One of the most famous examples is the Evergreen game, played by Adolf Anderssen in 1852. In this masterpiece, Anderssen sacrificed multiple powerful pieces, including pawns, to set up a stunning checkmate. The game demonstrates how even the smallest piece can be part of a grand game-winning strategy. Another classic example is the game between Garry Kasparov and Veselin Topalov in 1999, where a passed pawn, a pawn with no opposing pawns blocking its path, became the decisive factor in Kasparov's victory. The concept of the passed pawn is particularly instructive. In chess, a passed pawn is a pawn that has the potential to reach the back rank unopposed, becoming a major threat to the opponent. The passed pawn is a symbol of untapped potential, waiting for the right moment to shine. It reminds us that even when we feel overlooked or underestimated, we may possess qualities or abilities that, when nurtured and given the opportunity, can lead to extraordinary outcomes. But pawns are not just about individual glory. They are also about teamwork. Consider the concept of a pawn chain, where pawns protect each other in a diagonal formation. This chain creates a structure that is difficult for the opponent to break. The strength of the pawn chain lies in its unity. Each pawn supports the others, ensuring that no single piece is left vulnerable. This is a powerful metaphor for the importance of community. In life, we are strongest when we stand together, supporting one another through challenges and working collaboratively toward shared goals. The pawn chain also highlights the concept of interdependence. No pawn exists in isolation. Its success is often tied to the actions of the pieces around it. This interconnectedness reflects the reality of our own lives. Whether in families, workplaces, or communities, our actions are part of a larger system. When we collaborate and support each other, we create an environment where everyone can thrive. As we delve deeper into the philosophical lessons of the pawn, we encounter the idea of sacrifice. Sacrifice is a fundamental part of chess strategy, and pawns are often at the center of these sacrifices. A pawn might be given up to open a file for a rook, to lure an opponent's piece into a vulnerable position, or to clear the way for a more powerful piece. These sacrifices, though they may seem like losses at the moment, often pave the way for victory. In life, sacrifice is equally important. We may need to give up short-term comfort for long-term gain, let go of certain opportunities to focus on our true priorities, or make difficult choices to support the people we care about. The pawn teaches us that sacrifice is not about loss, it's about creating space for something greater to emerge. To illustrate this, let's return to our fictional pawn, Piero. As the game unfolds, Piero finds itself at a crossroads. Advancing means stepping into a position where it could be captured, but staying in place would mean losing the momentum it has worked so hard to build. Piero takes a deep breath and advances, knowing that their sacrifice will create an opening for the team. Though Piero is ultimately captured, its actions lead to a breakthrough that changes the course of the game. This moment of sacrifice is bittersweet, but it is also a moment of purpose, a reminder that even the smallest actions can have a profound impact. Now let's turn to another fascinating aspect of the pawn, its inability to move backward. In chess, a pawn's movements are strictly forward, and once it advances, it cannot return to its previous position. This limitation is a reflection of the forward momentum of life itself. We cannot undo our past mistakes or relive our previous successes. The only option is to move forward, to learn from the past without being trapped by it. This idea is both humbling and empowering. It reminds us that while we cannot change the past, we have the power to shape the future. The pawn's forward movement also teaches us about commitment. When a pawn advances, it commits to its path. There is no turning back, no second guessing. This is a powerful metaphor for the importance of decisiveness in life. Whether it's pursuing a career, starting a new project, or taking a risk, commitment is often the key to success. The pawn shows us that once we decide to move forward, we must embrace our choices with confidence and determination. But perhaps the most profound lesson of the pawn is its ability to transform. The moment a pawn reaches the opposite side of the board is a moment of triumph, a culmination of its journey, its struggles, and its perseverance. This transformation is not just about achieving power, it's about realizing potential. In life, our own promotion might take many forms: personal growth, professional success, and the fulfillment of a dream. Whatever form it takes, the journey is what makes the transformation meaningful. This idea of transformation is central to many of the greatest stories in human history, from mythological tales of heroes embarking on epic quests to real-life stories of individuals overcoming adversity. The theme of transformation resonates deeply. The pawn's journey is a microcosm of this universal narrative. It begins as the humblest piece on the board, but through effort, strategy, and resilience, it becomes something extraordinary. The theme of transformation embodied by the pawn is not just about personal triumph, it's about the journey itself. This journey, filled with challenges, sacrifices, and moments of growth, is what makes the final transformation so meaningful. The pawn's promotion is not merely the attainment of power, it is the culmination of perseverance and purpose. In many ways, the pawn's story mirrors the archetype of the hero's journey, a narrative structure that appears in myths, literature, and films across cultures. In the hero's journey, the protagonist begins in an ordinary world, often unaware of their potential. They are called to adventure, face trials, gain allies, confront great challenges, and ultimately return transformed. The pawn's journey on the chessboard follows a similar path. It starts among its peers, unremarkable and overlooked. But as the game unfolds, the pawn is thrust into action. It faces adversaries, navigates obstacles, and makes difficult choices. And if it reaches the other side of the board, it emerges transformed, a symbol of the extraordinary potential within the ordinary. Let's return to the fictional story of Piero, our brave pawn. After its early sacrifices and strategic maneuvers, Piero has managed to survive the chaos of the mid-game. The board is now sparse, with many of its allies and adversaries gone. Piero is isolated but determined. Every square forward brings it closer to the 8th rank, the promised land of promotion. But the journey is far from over. Piero must navigate a gauntlet of threats. A rook looms on the far file, a knight waits to pounce, and the opposing king inches closer with each move. In this critical moment, Piero's thoughts turn inward. It reflects on its journey, on the allies it lost, the sacrifices it made, and the narrow escapes that brought it this far. Piero realizes that every move, no matter how small, is part of a larger plan. Its progress was not always linear, and its path was not always clear, but each step was meaningful. This moment of reflection gives Piero the courage to take the next step, even in the face of danger. This introspection mirrors the moments of self-reflection we experience in our own lives. As we navigate challenges and setbacks, it's easy to focus on the obstacles ahead and lose sight of how far we've come. The pawn's journey reminds us to pause and reflect on our progress. Every step and very effort contributes to the larger story of our lives. And even when the path seems uncertain, the act of moving forward is itself an act of faith and resilience. As Piero advances, it finally reaches the 8th rank. This is the moment it has been working toward, a moment of transformation. Piero is promoted to a queen, the most powerful piece on the board. But this transformation is not just about gaining power, it is about realizing potential. Piero's journey, from the humblest piece to the most formidable, is a testament to what can be achieved through perseverance and purpose. This story of transformation resonates deeply with the human experience. Consider the stories of individuals who defied the odds to achieve greatness. From Malala Yousafzai, who overcame adversity to become a global advocate for education, to Steve Jobs, who started Apple in a garage and revolutionized technology, these stories echo the pawn's journey. They remind us that greatness is not determined by where we start, but by how we rise to meet the challenges we face. But the pawn's story does not end with its promotion. Once transformed, the former pawn, now a queen, takes on new responsibilities. It becomes a central figure in the endgame, using its newfound power to support its allies and secure victory. This transition from personal growth to collective impact is another profound lesson. In life, our successes are not just for ourselves. They are opportunities to give back, to support others, and to contribute to something greater than ourselves. The Pawn story also offers insights into the nature of growth and change. Transformation is not a single moment, it is a process. Every move, every challenge, every decision contributes to the eventual outcome. This is true not just in chess, but in all aspects of life. Whether we are pursuing a career, building relationships, or striving for personal growth, the process is as important as the result. The Pawn teaches us to embrace the journey, to find meaning in each step, and to trust that our efforts will lead to something greater. Let's now explore the philosophical dimensions of the Pawn's inability to move backward. This unique limitation is a reflection of the human condition. In life, as in chess, we are bound by the arrow of time. We cannot return to the past, undo our mistakes, or relive our successes. But this forward momentum is not a constraint. It is an opportunity. It challenges us to learn from the past and to use those lessons to shape the future. The Pawn's journey is a reminder that progress is not about perfection, it is about persistence. This idea is beautifully illustrated in the concept of the passed pawn. A passed pawn is a pawn with no opposing pawns blocking its path to promotion. It is often the most valuable asset in the endgame, capable of deciding the outcome of the match. The passed pawn is a symbol of unimpeded progress, of potential waiting to be realized. But even a passed pawn must be carefully nurtured. It requires protection, strategy, and timing to reach its full potential. The passed pawn's story is a metaphor for the opportunities we encounter in life. These opportunities, like passed pawns, are not always obvious. They require us to recognize their potential and to invest our time and energy into bringing them to fruition. And just as a passed pawn can become a queen, our opportunities can lead to extraordinary outcomes when we approach them with care and determination. Returning to Piero's story, we can imagine the final moments of the game. The once humble pawn, now a queen, plays a decisive role in securing victory. Its promotion was not the end of its journey, but the beginning of a new chapter. This transition from individual growth to collective impact reflects the ultimate purpose of the Pawn's journey. It is a reminder that our successes, while deeply personal, have the power to influence and inspire others. As the game concludes, Piero looks back on its journey with a sense of fulfillment. It remembers the sacrifices, the challenges, and the moments of doubt, but most of all, it remembers the courage it took to keep moving forward, one step at a time. This reflection is a powerful reminder that the journey is what gives meaning to the destination. The Pawn story is more than just a chess metaphor. It is a reflection of the human spirit. It is a story of resilience, growth, and the belief that even the smallest steps can lead to greatness. In this story, we find a mirror of our own lives, a reminder that we too have the potential to achieve extraordinary things. The Pawn's place in chess history. Throughout the history of chess, the Pawn has played pivotal roles in many iconic games. Its humble beginnings and transformative potential have been showcased in matches that defined eras, stunned audiences, and cemented the legacies of legendary players. These games remind us of the incredible impact that even the smallest piece can have when used strategically. One of the most famous games in chess history is the Immortal game, played in 1851 between Adolf Anderssen and Lionel Kieseritzky. Anderssen's brilliant strategy involved sacrificing a bishop, 2 rooks, and even his queen, all to clear the path for his pawns and minor pieces to deliver a checkmate. While the audience marveled at Anderssen's audacious sacrifices, the pawns quietly played their part in setting up the final victory. This game is a testament to the idea that pawns, though often overshadowed, are integral to the larger strategy of chess. Another remarkable game is the Game of the Century, played in 1956 between Bobby Fischer and Donald Byrne. In this match, a young Fischer demonstrated extraordinary foresight and calculation. using a passed pawn to dictate the pace of the game. Fischer's pawn became the linchpin of his strategy, forcing Bayern into a series of difficult decisions and ultimately leading to Fischer's victory. The game showcased the power of pawns when supported by a cohesive plan. These historical games offer valuable lessons about the role of pawns in chess. They show us that pawns are not just expendable pieces, they are the foundation of strategy, capable of influencing the game in profound ways. Their potential lies in their ability to collaborate, adapt, and capitalize on opportunities. These qualities make the pawn a metaphor not only for individual growth, but also for collective success. The pawn's role in strategy, sacrifice, and timing. The strategic use of pawns in chess is an art form in itself. From opening gambits to endgame maneuvers, pawns are at the heart of many key strategies. Understanding how to use pawns effectively is a skill that separates good players from great ones. One of the most famous opening strategies involving pawns is the King's Gambit. In this opening, white sacrifices a pawn to gain control of the center and open lines for rapid development. This seemingly minor sacrifice creates dynamic opportunities, forcing blacks to respond carefully. The King's Gambit illustrates the idea that pawns, while small in value, can have outsized effects on the game when used boldly and purposefully. In the middle game, pawns often serve as anchors for positional play. They can create structures that dictate the flow of the game, such as pawn chains or isolated pawns. A pawn chain, where pawns protect each other in a diagonal formation, provides a strong defensive structure that supports other pieces. On the other hand, an isolated pawn, one with no adjacent pawns of the same color, can be both a weakness and a strength, depending on the context. Isolated pawns often become focal points of the game, creating opportunities for both sides to exploit. In the endgame, pawns often take center stage. The race to promote a pawn becomes a dramatic contest, with both players maneuvering their kings and pieces to support or block the advancing pawns. The concept of opposition, where one king blocks the path of the other, often revolves around pawns. These endgame scenarios highlight the pawn's potential to decide the outcome of the game, a fitting conclusion to its journey. Pawns as a metaphor for collective effort. Beyond their journeys, pawns represent the power of collective effort. On their own, pawns are limited. They move slowly, have restricted options, and are vulnerable to attack. But when pawns work together, they create a formidable force. The pawn chain, for example, is a classic example of unity in action. Each pawn in the chain supports the next, creating a structure that is difficult to break. This idea of collective effort extends beyond the chessboard. In life, our strength often comes from the communities we are part of. Families, teams, and organizations thrive when their members work together, supporting one another and leveraging their strengths for the greater good. The pawn chain is a reminder that collaboration is not just a strategy, it is a necessity for achieving shared goals. In chess, pawns also teach us about the balance between individual ambition and collective purpose. While a single pawn may strive for promotion, its journey often benefits the entire team. By advancing, it opens lines, disrupts the opponent's defenses, and creates opportunities for other pieces. This balance between individual and collective success is a powerful lesson about the interconnectedness of our lives. Our actions, no matter how personal, have ripple effects that influence those around us. The pawn's philosophical lessons: growth, sacrifice, and purpose. The pawn's journey is a microcosm of the human experience, rich with philosophical lessons about growth, sacrifice, and purpose. Its story is one of transformation, not just in a physical sense, as it moves across the board, but in a deeper sense, as it evolves in its role and significance. The concept of sacrifice is particularly profound. In chess, pawns are often sacrificed to achieve strategic goals. These sacrifices may seem insignificant at first, but they often set the stage for greater success. This mirrors the sacrifices we make in life, of time, comfort, or personal desires, for the sake of our families, careers, or communities. The pawn teaches us that sacrifice is not about loss, it is about creating space for growth and possibility. The pawn's forward movement, with no ability to retreat, is another rich source of reflection. This limitation forces us to confront the reality of time. We cannot go backward. But this constraint is also a source of strength. It compels us to focus on the future, to embrace change, and to find meaning in progress. The pawn's journey is a reminder that growth is not about avoiding mistakes, but about learning from them and continuing to move forward. Finally, the pawn's promotion is a powerful symbol of self-realization. It begins as the humblest piece on the board, but through persistence, strategy, and courage, it achieves greatness. This transformation is not just about gaining power, it is about fulfilling potential. The pawn reminds us that we all have the capacity for growth, no matter where we start. Our journey, like the pawn's, is defined not by our limitations, but by our willingness to rise above them. The power of the pawn, from story to strategy. The chessboard is not merely a collection of 64 squares and 32 pieces. It is a world where every move is a story, every position is a battlefield, and every piece is a symbol of human aspiration. Among these pieces, the pawn's story stands out, not for its grandeur, but for its universality. It teaches us that even the smallest actions, the quietest steps forward, can lead to monumental outcomes. The Pawn's Quiet Revolution, a fictional tale. Let us rejoin Piero, our metaphorical pawn, in a new chess game, a game that reflects the complexities of life itself. At the start, Piero feels secure among its allies. The other pawns stand beside it in an unbroken line, a symbol of unity and strength. Behind them, the powerful pieces prepare for their roles. But Piero notices something. The queens and rooks seem confident, almost arrogant, while the pawns are quiet, unassuming. Piero wonders if it will ever have a moment to shine. The opening moves unfold quickly. The knights leap into action, and the bishops slice through the diagonals. Then, suddenly, it is Piero's turn. The player moves it forward 2 squares, thrusting it into the center of the board. For the first time, Piero feels exposed. Its allies still surround it, but danger looms. Opposing pawns stand ready to capture, knights lurk on the edges, and a queen's gaze pierces the center. This moment captures a universal truth. The first step into the unknown is often the hardest. Whether it's starting a new job, embarking on a creative project, or taking a personal risk, that initial move requires courage. Piero reminds us that even small steps matter. They set the stage for what comes next. As the game progresses, Piero becomes part of a pawn chain. It supports its allies, protecting them from capture while relying on them for defense. This teamwork is critical to survival. Together, the pawns advance, creating space for the more powerful pieces to maneuver. Piero begins to understand its role. Though small, it is vital to the larger strategy. This phase of the game mirrors the collaborative efforts we experience in our lives. In families, workplaces, and communities, we often rely on the support of others while contributing our strengths to shared goals. The pawn chain is a metaphor for interdependence, the idea that we are strongest when we work together. But unity does not guarantee safety. As the middle game unfolds, the board becomes a chaotic battleground. Pieces fall on both sides, and Piero witnesses the loss of several allies. The opposing player begins to target Piero's pawn chain, seeking to break its structure. Piero realizes that its survival depends on careful strategy and timing. In life, as in chess, moments of crisis test our resilience. The challenges we face, whether personal, professional, or relational, can feel overwhelming. But the pawn's journey reminds us that adversity is not the end of the story. With patience and adaptability, we can navigate even the most difficult situations. Piero's moment of transformation comes late in the game. most of the powerful pieces are gone, leaving only a handful of pawns, a king, and a rook on each side. Piero sees an opportunity, a clear path to the 8th rank. But the journey is perilous. The opposing rook guards the file, and the enemy king is close enough to intervene. Step by step, Piero advances, supported by its king. The opposing rook tries to block its path, but the allied king moves to protect Piero. Finally, after a tense series of moves, Piero reaches the 8th rank. The player carefully places a queen in its stead, a symbol of the pawn's promotion and transformation. This triumphant moment captures the essence of the pawn's journey, a story of persistence, courage, and the realization of potential. Piero's transformation is not just about becoming a queen, it is about fulfilling its purpose, about proving that even the smallest piece can make a difference. Lessons from the greatest games. The pawn's journey is not just a story, it is a strategy. Some of the greatest chess games in history have revolved around the use of pawns, highlighting their unique power to shape the board. Take the legendary 1999 game between Garry Kasparov and Veselin Topalov, often called the Kasparov Immortal. In this game, Kasparov sacrificed material to create a dynamic position that revolved around the potential of his pawns. His central pawn became a powerful force, tying down Topalov's pieces and ultimately contributing to a stunning victory. Kasparov's masterful use of pawns demonstrated their ability to dominate the board when supported by strategy and vision. Another iconic example is José Raúl Capablanca's 1925 victory against Emanuel Lascar. Known for his endgame prowess, Capablanca used a passed pawn to create a winning position in an otherwise balanced game. His ability to recognize the pawn's potential and maneuver it to promotion was a hallmark of his genius. These games show us that pawns are not just supporting players, they are potential game changers. Their quiet strength lies in their ability to create opportunities, disrupt the opponent's plans, and pave the way for victory. Pawns as symbols of humanity. The pawn's story resonates so deeply because it reflects the human condition. We all start as pawns in our own lives, facing limitations, challenges, and uncertainty. Like pawns, we move forward step by step, often unsure of where our journey will lead. But with persistence and purpose, we can achieve extraordinary things. The pawn also teaches us about the balance between individuality and interconnectedness. While each pawn has its journey, its success is often tied to the actions of others. This duality mirrors our own lives. We are individuals with unique goals and dreams, but we are also part of families, communities, and societies that shape our paths. Finally, the pawn's journey is a testament to the power of transformation. It shows us that greatness is not about where we start, but about how far we are willing to go. Whether we are pursuing a dream, overcoming adversity, or seeking personal growth, the pawn reminds us that every step forward matters. The pawn's role in advanced chess tactics. The pawn is deceptively simple. Its limited movement and relatively low value might make it seem like a minor player in the grand scheme of chess. Yet, the greatest chess players in history have demonstrated time and again that the pawn is central to many advanced strategies. Its presence can dictate the tempo of the game, control critical squares, and even serve as a decoy to lure opponents into traps. Passed pawns, a force to be reckoned with. One of the most powerful concepts in chess is the passed pawn. A passed pawn has no opposing pawns blocking its path to promotion. Once it becomes free, it demands attention. The opponent must allocate resources, often stronger pieces, to prevent its advancement, disrupting their strategy. Passed pawns are often seen in the endgame, where their promotion becomes a decisive factor. However, their potential influence starts much earlier. Players like Anatoly Karpov, known for his positional mastery, often engineered passed pawns in the middle game, forcing their opponents into difficult positions. This tactic demonstrates the importance of foresight and planning, qualities that are equally valuable in life. Imagine a corporate setting where a small but promising project is launched. equivalent to a passed pawn. At first, the project may seem insignificant compared to larger initiatives, but as it gains momentum, it demands attention, redirects resources, and eventually reshapes the company's priorities. Passed pawns are a metaphor for the underappreciated potential that, when nurtured, can transform the entire landscape. Pawn sacrifices and gambits. Sacrificing a pawn to gain an advantage is a hallmark of chess strategy. Gambits, openings in which a pawn is deliberately sacrificed, aim to seize control of the center, accelerate development, or disrupt the opponent's plans. The King's Gambit, Queen's Gambit, and Evans' Gambit are just a few examples where the sacrifice of a single pawn sets the stage for dynamic play. In life, sacrifices often involve short-term losses for long-term gains. Consider an entrepreneur who invests time, money, and energy into a startup, knowing that the initial sacrifices will pay off in the future. The willingness to let go of immediate comfort to achieve greater success is a lesson the pawn teaches us through its sacrifices. The art of the pawn storm. The pawn storm is an aggressive tactic where pawns are advanced rapidly, often to attack the opponent's king or undermine their position. This strategy is risky but highly effective when executed correctly. Pawn storms are particularly dramatic in opposite-side castling situations, where both sides race to attack the enemy king. In the 1972 World Chess Championship, Bobby Fischer used a pawn storm to defeat Boris Spassky in Game 6. Fischer's precise timing and calculated risks demonstrated the potential of pawns as offensive weapons. This tactic highlights the idea that even the smallest forces, when united and driven with purpose, can create overwhelming pressure. In life, a pawn storm might resemble collective action, such as a grassroots movement or a team effort to achieve a shared goal. It underscores the power of unity and the ability of seemingly small contributions to achieve transformative results. Pawns in history, the stories of great players. Chess is not just a game of pieces, it is a game of people. The stories of great players offer insights into how pawns have been used to craft masterpieces on the board. José Raúl Capablanca, the endgame virtuoso. Known as the Mozart of chess, José Raúl Capablanca had a remarkable ability to simplify complex positions and dominate the endgame. His skill with pawns was unparalleled. In his 1921 World Championship match against Emanuel Lasker, Capablanca used his pawns to control critical squares and create passed pawns that secured his victory. Capablanca's approach emphasized the value of patience and precision, qualities embodied by the pawn. Mikhail Tal, the magician of sacrifice. Mikhail Tal, one of the most creative players in history, was famous for his daring sacrifices and imaginative attacks. In many of his games, pawns played a central role, either as sacrificial bait or as key components of his offensive strategies. Tal's willingness to sacrifice pawns for initiative and tempo shows the importance of embracing risks, a lesson that applies to life as much as it does to chess. Magnus Carlsen, modern mastery of pawns. Magnus Carlsen, the reigning world champion, has redefined the role of pawns in modern chess. His ability to squeeze advantages from seemingly equal positions often hinges on subtle pawn moves. In the 2013 World Championship, Carlsen outmaneuvered Viswanathan Anand by using pawns to create imbalances that only he could exploit. Carlsen's mastery highlights the importance of precision and adaptability, two traits that pawns exemplify. Pawns as philosophical archetypes. The pawn's journey on the chessboard is not just a story of transformation, it is a philosophical archetype, reflecting universal truths about the human experience. The necessity of forward motion. The pawn's inability to move backward is a powerful metaphor for the nature of time. Life is a series of forward steps, each one taking us closer to an uncertain future. While this limitation might seem daunting, it also forces us to embrace progress. Mistakes cannot be undone, but they can inform our next steps. The pawn reminds us that even small progress is meaningful. Sacrifice as a path to growth. In chess, sacrifice is not about giving up. It is about creating opportunities. The pawn's willingness to sacrifice itself for the greater good reflects a profound truth about human relationships and endeavors. Whether it's a parent sacrificing for their child, an employee staying late to help a team, or a leader making tough decisions for the betterment of others, sacrifice is an act of purpose. The potential for transformation. The pawn's promotion is perhaps its most iconic feature. It begins as the smallest piece, but if it reaches the other side of the board, it can become anything. This ability to transform is a reminder of the latent potential within all of us. The journey is not always easy, but the rewards of persistence and growth are immeasurable. Expanding the story of Piero. Returning to the fictional narrative, let us imagine Piero not just as a pawn on a chessboard, but as a character navigating the complexities of life. After its promotion, Piero is no longer the humble foot soldier. He is now a queen, the most powerful piece, but with power comes responsibility. Piero must now protect its allies, secure the king's safety, and lead the charge in the final battle. Piero's transformation is not just about personal achievement, it is about becoming a force for good. The game ends with a victorious checkmate, and Piero reflects on its journey. It remembers the moments of doubt, the sacrifices of its allies, and the quiet determination that carried it forward. Piero realizes that its story is not just its own, it is part of a larger narrative, a testament to the power of resilience and unity. The pawn. A final journey. As the chessboard comes alive once more, Piero finds himself in a different kind of game. This time the stakes feel higher, the pieces seem more deliberate, their movements more precise. Piero notices how every move resonates, creating ripples across the board. It understands now that the chessboard is not just a battlefield, it is a world of possibilities, where each action shapes the future. Piero begins the game as always, surrounded by its allies. The opening unfolds with calculated precision. Piero steps forward 2 squares, claiming a spot in the center, but this time, something is different. Piero feels a newfound sense of purpose. It is no longer just a piece on the board, it is part of a larger story, a story that transcends the game itself. As the game progresses, Piero becomes a passed pawn, free of obstacles and full of potential. The opposing player recognizes its threat and moves to block its path. Piero's allies rally to its side, shielding it from danger and creating opportunities for it to advance. This moment of unity is a reminder that no journey is ever truly solitary. Behind every step forward lies a network of support, family, friends, mentors, and even rivals who push us to be better. Step by step, Piero inches closer to the 8th rank. The path is fraught with danger. An opposing rook moves into position, threatening to capture Piero. But the allied king steps forward, providing protection. This interplay of defense and offense mirrors the delicate balance of life, where progress often requires both courage and caution. Finally, after a series of tense moves, Piero reaches the 8th rank. The player pauses, then carefully replaces the pawn with a queen. In that moment, Piero's transformation is complete. It is no longer the smallest piece on the board, it is now the most powerful, capable of changing the outcome of the game. But Piero's journey does not end with its promotion. As a queen, it takes on new responsibilities, using its power to protect its allies and deliver the final checkmate. The lessons of the pawn. Piero's story is not just a narrative, it is a reflection of the human experience. The pawn's journey from the first rank to promotion mirrors the challenges, sacrifices, and triumphs we face in our own lives. It teaches us that greatness is not about where we start, it is about how we rise to meet the challenges before us. Patience and progress. The pawn's slow, deliberate movement reminds us that progress is often incremental. success is rarely achieved overnight. It is the result of consistent effort, small steps that add up over time. In a world that often values speed and instant gratification, the pawn teaches us the importance of patience, sacrifice and purpose. The pawn's willingness to sacrifice itself for the greater good is a profound lesson about purpose. In chess, as in life, sacrifices are not about loss, they are about creating opportunities. Whether it's giving up comfort to pursue a dream or making tough choices to support others, sacrifice is an act of courage and commitment. Transformation and potential. The pawn's ability to transform into any piece, most often a queen, is a powerful symbol of human potential. It reminds us that no matter where we begin, we can grow, adapt, and achieve greatness. Transformation is not just about reaching a destination, it is about embracing the journey that leads us there. The chessboard of life, a conclusion. The chessboard is a microcosm of life, a world of choices, challenges, and possibilities. And at the heart of this world lies the pawn, the humblest piece, yet the one with the greatest potential. Its journey is a testament to the power of perseverance, the importance of unity, and the beauty of transformation. As we reflect on the pawn's story, we see ourselves in its journey. We are all pawns at some point in our lives, facing obstacles, making sacrifices, and striving for something greater. But the pawn reminds us that being small does not mean being powerless. With courage, strategy, and a belief in our potential, we too can transform. We too can make a difference. So the next time you play chess, take a moment to appreciate the pawns on the board. They are more than just pieces in a game. They are symbols of resilience, growth, and hope. And in their journey, we find the inspiration to keep moving forward, one step at a time. The pawn's story is, ultimately, our story. It is a story of starting small, dreaming big, and never giving up. It is a story of transformation and triumph. And it is a reminder that, like the pawn, we all have the potential to achieve greatness. The chessboard is waiting. The game is yours to play. Move forward with purpose. Your promotion awaits.